Well, welcome everyone to Love vs. Hate. My name is Anne, and I am your old-fashioned nerd.
I'm Emily. I'm your mainstream millennial. I forgot what I was for a second. And I am eating popcorn. Once again, I'm eating food.
But this is good. This is good because, well, real fast, if you didn't know, Emily and I like to debate about things in life that we love and hate.
And I rule the world.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
I really regret singing. Whenever I sing, I just regret it.
Why?
I don't know. Let's move on.
Okay, well, I think you're a good singer. Even sometimes when you're pretending to not be a good singer, I still think you sound good. Anyway,
Thanks.
This is good that you're eating food, though, because I wanted to make my prediction from last episode come true, and I want to talk about The Witcher, the TV series on Netflix. And so I can talk about it while Emily eats, except for now that we have our new mics, I don't know, if you're eating, can you guys hear it?
My popcorn quietly, if that's a thing that I can do.
Okay, or, I mean, we could just turn your track off, and then Emily will be mute forever, and you guys will never hear her again. And then it'll become my podcast.
No.
Okay, that's fair. Anyway, so The Witcher, I just wanted to talk about it. Did you even, watch a trailer? Or do you even know anything about it? Did you even know that it was happening?
I love Geralt.
You did, I mean, you kind of murdered him when you played.
Oopsies. Isn't that technically suicide because I was Geralt?
Okay, that's true. You're right. Technicalities.
Yes, I don't think I saw a trailer. I just watched the behind the scenes or something for it. I don't know how I saw
something.
that.
Yeah, how did you
And I was like, yo, Alex, did you know? And he was like, duh, of course I knew. Yeah. I love Geralt.
It's because Geralt's amazing. I don't blame him. I will say, having read most of the books, I haven't read all the books yet. I'm working through them, though. Having read the books and played the games and played the games multiple times, not the first one, but the second one and the third one, and the third one is one of my favorite games of all times. It is amazing. The second one, storyline is good. Definitely aspects I like, but the main problem with the second game was the gameplay itself, and the mechanics were just not nearly as good as the third game. Also, the graphics in the third game, so good, and just the world building in general. I know, right?
That sunset, though.
Oh, I know. I'm so glad you've played and you at least have that basic understanding. But anyway, the TV series came out on Netflix, and
Are there peasants in that one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love those peasants.
Oh, yeah, and Geralt kills peasants. Sorry. Spoilers. Oh, yeah, spoilers if you guys haven't watched the show. I'm not going to do anything major, but I will talk a little bit about some stuff. Overall, I liked it. I will say I liked it. Do I love it? I haven't decided.
You've seen it all?
Yeah, well, the first season. That's all that's out on Netflix right now. Second season, I believe, is going to come out in 2021. But I want it to come out now because I want to just keep watching it. One thing that I liked is, so the book series is the book series, and they have the timeline that goes throughout the books, and then the games take place after the books, and so they're all the same characters and settings, and the plot continues, but they're completely separate. And so the TV series, I was kind of interested. I assumed they were going to follow the book since that was the original, and that's what they did. But what I liked is they expanded on it, and the things that they expanded on, at least so far, I've liked. So I kind of like that, especially the stuff with the sorceresses. They definitely expanded that world a lot more than what's in the books, which I think is good. And so far I've liked. The only thing I didn't like, I'm conflicted about one of the characters because it's Triss, who is part of her character is her flaming red hair. That's a huge part of her character, and it defines her character a lot. And they bring it up a lot because that's how you recognize Triss is from her flaming red hair. And in the show, she has black curly hair. And I was like,
I hate when they do that.
That's
to
my
characters.
thing.
I'm like, yo.
I mean,
who is she?
Exactly. I mean, normally I wouldn't mind. The only thing is, it was so defined about her character. If it was oh yeah, Triss had red hair and they never mentioned it again, yeah, make it black in the TV series, I could care less. But because it's such a huge part of just her character, I was kind of disappointed. But
That's like Harry Potter not having a scar on his forehead.
Exactly. It's a huge part of his character. I mean, maybe not that big, and there might be a slight exaggeration, but So I'm waiting though, because so far, and she hasn't, that character, just where they're at in the storyline in the series, hasn't had a lot to do yet. They introduced her, but she hasn't really come to full fruition. So I'm willing to wait and see what they do with her, and maybe I'll like it more. But that's kind of been my major like dislike so far, is what they've been doing with Triss. But I do think that Henry Cavill does a pretty good Geralt. I'm still biased towards whoever I should have known. I should have looked it up. I don't know who voices Geralt in the game. Whoever does that, you do a phenomenal job, and it's exactly what I would picture whenever I read the books. Like, I kind of picture his voice, or I hear his voice in my head. Mm-hmm. But I think Henry Cavill does pretty good. So yeah, overall, I like it. I also really like how they've done the timelines. So, okay, this is a slight spoiler alert, so if you don't want to know, jump ahead about 30 seconds. So, Emily's going to time me. So how they do it in the TV series is there's 3 timelines. There's the past, where it starts with Yennefer, and it takes place a long time ago. There's Geralt's timeline that is ahead of Yennefer's, and it's kind of in the middle. And then the present, which is Ciri's timeline. And so they've got these 3 timelines going, and I really like in the show how they kind of bridged those 3, but also let them kind of run their course. And it was interesting, because if you haven't read the books or know anything about the books or the game, you wouldn't know that. Here, I'm going to try and finish my thought without spoilers. I knew what was going on the whole time because I knew the story, and so I was very aware, like, oh, that's why this is happening the way it is, and I totally understood. But for a new viewer, I could imagine how that was pretty confusing. But at the same time, I really like how they did it. I thought it was very cool. Okay.
All right, that's enough about this show.
So good, though. Did you finish your popcorn?
I'd just like to say, no. I didn't finish my popcorn, and also trying to eat popcorn without making very much noise just makes the experience of eating popcorn horrible.
I could imagine.
So
now y'all have to listen.
No, but today's episode, and won't you tell them?
Yeah, so today, Emily and I decided to do a little bit of a throwback to our very first episode where we talked about the McElroy brothers and Jeffree Star.
Who?
Of course.
If you're talking about the McElroys,
no!
Then I know who you're talking
about. It's the McElroys.
The McElroys.
No, you are incorrect, Emily, and you're going to really get under my skin every time you do this, which is why I know that you do it, but it still just happens. Anyway, the McElroy brothers and Jeffree Star. And so we're kind of doing an update / expansion. So if there's, I'm going to show Emily some other stuff that the McElroy brothers do, and also just update. And Emily's going to let me know what's going on with Jeffree.
Yes.
So, Emily, why don't you go first? Because you already have them pulled up on the computer, and I'm assuming you're going to show me something stupid, but I'll be...
Wow.
I will be open to the possibilities, I guess.
Wow. Okay. So... we back here with Jeffree Star.
Are you trying to imitate him?
No. If I was, I'd be like, hi, how are ya?
Okay.
Here we go again. Okay. So, since the last time we talked about Jeffree, he has had a makeup launch with Shane Dawson, which is the conspiracy theory guy that I talked to you about.
Whoa, wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they're like best friends. So, him and Shane created a conspiracy palette and a mini controversy palette and like all these different lipsticks and all this stuff.
I am confusion.
So basically, Shane Dawson created a series on his channel about like going into the makeup industry and what all goes into it, and then he ended up like collaborating with Jeffree and creating a palette together.
What is a palette? Like color palette?
Oh my gosh.
That literally all. When you say palette, all I can think of is a color palette.
Okay. Oh my gosh, people. Okay. A palette.
Don't be surprised. When have I ever worn makeup?
I'm sorry. I just didn't know that people didn't know what that was.
Okay, well,
so
I'm ready.
I'm
ready to learn. This will be my life lesson. Is I'll understand what a makeup palette is.
Have you ever gone to like a makeup store before? Like Ulta?
Let's assume no.
Have you ever been to Walgreens?
Yes.
Okay. So the makeup section, there's like these little boxes, and you open them, and you see like multiple different colors of like eyeshadow, let's say.
Okay, yeah.
That's a palette.
Oh.
A palette is multiple different colors.
So what do you have palettes of? Eyeshadow?
So you can have like an eyeshadow palette, or you can have a highlighting palette, or a bronzer palette, or a blush, or a highlight bronzer and blush palette.
Wow.
You could have a lip palette for like...
Lipstick?
Yep.
Okay.
Lots of stuff.
Okay. I just want to point out real fast, what you described was basically a color palette.
Yeah, that's why it's called a palette.
Okay. Just saying I wasn't wrong and you shouldn't make fun of me for it. That's all. Okay, continue.
So they created a collection, which included a main palette.
Was it like all grays
No.
and blues?
No.
When
Like-
I think conspiracy, all I think of is gray and blue. Okay, continue.
There's a, like, you could watch the whole series and find out, but
Yeah,
like
that's not gonna happen.
there's a orange color that looks just like Cheetos, and he called it Cheeto Puff or something like that,
Oh.
because Shane Dawson loves Cheetos.
I do
apparently.
too. I appreciate. Yeah, I understand Shane Dawson.
And then there's like a couple.
And they're not chips.
Whatever. I know they're puffs, David, or whoever told me that. Who was it? Was it David? No, I don't think it was.
No, it was my friend Nick. Shout out quick to Nick. Nick, you were 100% right. Thank you for supporting my claims. You are at 100% correct.
Whatever. Anyways, so yes, he had a very successful launch, is what they call them. Like, you launch a collect really fast. Actually, it was kind of dramatic at first because they sold it through Shopify, which is an online retailer. And Shopify didn't even have all their products on there at first. And, like, the website wasn't working, and so everyone was like, it's not working! And they're like,
Were you one of those
"Fix
people?"
it." No, I don't
okay.
have anything from their collection.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it sold out. It was a huge success, and that's been happening since the last time we have connected on Jeffree.
Okay.
But the other main thing in the video that I'm going to show you is he just moved because he grew out of his old house. Well, I don't know if he grew out of it, but he wanted to move.
Okay, I just want to say, just based out of his closet alone, from what I watched in the first video, there is no way he could grow out of that house. It was massive.
Just wait till you watch his new house tour.
Boy. Oh boy.
Sorry, I had popcorn in my mouth while I said that. Yeah, so we're going to watch his house tour. We're going to watch it in double speed because this is a 36-minute video.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
So, yeah. He lives there with his boyfriend, Nate, which, oh my gosh, there's breakup rumors right now with him and his boyfriend. So who the heck knows by the time we release this what's going on. And his dogs,
Certainly
which are
not
all
me.
Pomeranians, and they all start with, like, a D, like the letter D, like drama, Da Vinci, I don't know, just all D dog names.
Dream.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
And
That's kind of silly.
that's
in my
Khloe
opinion, but whatever.
Kardashian's baby's name.
Wait, what?
I think it's Dream. Yeah.
Why do they name their kids such odd names?
So yeah, we're gonna watch his house tour. So are you ready to, like, be amazed? There's nothing in the house yet, really. They're, like, just started moving in
I just want to
at
say
the time of filming.
this video came out 1 week ago and it has 17 million views already. My goodness gracious.
It's crazy.
I have a feeling
It was number 1 on trending when it came out.
I'm going to predict that I am going to think Jeffree is very ridiculous. That is my prediction.
It is ridiculous. It's funny though because he's so ridiculous.
All right, let's
Let's do it.
let's the torture commence.
We just finished the house tour, and what did you think? What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was that it wasn't actually a house, it was a resort. Literally his assistant or friend or someone who's living with him has her own apartment in his house.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
My favorite part was when he went into the gym, and then he's like, so after the gym, it's time for Manny's petty. It's time for your massage. Let's
I
go.
literally went, I like looked at Emily and was just like, what? What is this lifestyle? I will say I was jealous of the theater, the movie
Star Theater.
Oh my gosh. Jelly. It had a little mini bar in it.
Yeah, and they were going to
Emily
get
told me-
froyo.
Emily told me he doesn't even drink.
Yeah. He
What the
doesn't.
heck?
He just drinks Red Bull.
Wow. Yeah, that is insane. Like I said, it's a resort, not a home. It had a sauna and a workout and like 5 kitchens, I think. I don't know. I lost track. There was quite a few, it seemed. Because even the girl had her own kitchen thing. Oh, and also the bathrooms were basically the size of, like, my apartment. And his closet was, like, another one of my apartment.
Oh, yeah. He's also making another vault closet, but it's going to be way bigger. And there's going to be, I think, like 2 or 3 guards guarding it at all times instead of just one.
Why?
Because it's a lot of money in there.
This guy literally doesn't make sense to me. Does he just puke money?
Pretty much.
All the time? Like, that's just all he does?
Yeah.
I don't understand. His life is so weird.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So,
yeah.
that's Jeffree. That's where he's at now. He's got his new house to furnish and
Yeah, it was so empty.
and-
Literally, you could probably, you could live there. You wouldn't have to leave. You have everything you could possibly need. He also had, 3 fridges? 3.
yeah, in his kitchen.
Yeah. And
But remember, you did like his table.
Yes, his table literally looked like a D&D table that I was like, dream. Yes, I want that table. His table was pretty sweet. I will admit. Jeffree, you got a nice table.
I like that table. That's a nice table.
Yeah, that was literally my thought. But yeah, it just, what? That's not reality. I don't understand. Good for him, but it's kind of crazy to me. I just can't picture it.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
So on to the McElroys.
The McElroys, you mean? The McElroys. I just have to say, their latest news, did you know that they are going to be in a movie? They're going to have a movie debut. Can you guess what movie it is?
No.
It's a kid's movie. I'll give you a hint. It's a kid's movie, and it's technically a sequel. A movie has already come out with these characters and the whole world and everything. And,
Is it a cartoon?
yep, animated. Got lots of singing. Anna Kendrick, Justin Timberlake. Nothing?
Trolls?
Yeah! They're going to be in the Trolls 2 movie. I'm actually really excited for them. It's hilarious. It's literally like... It was this whole thing where randomly Justin was, because Justin's daughter, really loves Trolls. And so he was kind of like, he wanted to impress her. And he's like, hey, brothers, what if we try and get on the Trolls 2 movie? Like, because in the first movie they had YouTube stars.
Justin Timberlake's daughter?
No, Justin McElroy's daughter.
Oh, I forgot the names of them. Sorry.
Oh, it's Justin Griffin and Travis.
Oh, I was like...
Or Justin, Travis, Griffin, if you want to go in age order. Justin's oldest, then Travis.
Okay, got it. I'm with it now.
Okay, and so Justin McElroy's daughter really likes Trolls, and so Justin, to impress her, wanted to get in, so now we're on the same page. Okay, cool.
Got it.
So he was kind of like, guys, let's do this. And they were like, okay, we're in. And also they have young kids, too, who also really like Trolls. And so they spent years, like, just telling people about it and literally trolling to get on Trolls. And I just think it's absolutely hilarious and amazing. And they are officially on the docket, but they're not like, because they're not necessarily speaking roles. I don't think they were quite
good.
They weren't gonna quite make a speaking role. I think they're here. I have to look it up real quick. It was yeah, so according to Vanity Fair did a article on it, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. But they said that they will be playing the characters called Techno Beat Drop Button, Country Music Tear, as in like a teardrop that does country music, and Hard Rock Tear. So I don't really know what that means. But like I said, I don't think it's actually like a speaking role. They might just be making sounds. I don't know. But either way, I'm excited. I'm going to go and watch this movie just to see their names in the credits, and I'm going to be really happy about that.
I bet you'll be able to tell it's them because of their nasally voices if they
whatever,
sing or anything.
Whatever, Emily. That's just you. You're the only person who thinks that. But Yeah, normally I would never see it's Trolls 2 World Tour. Normally I would never see it, but like I said, I just want to see it to see the McElroy.
You've never seen Trolls?
I saw the first one. My friend and I watched it and we played it was a really bad idea. I don't recommend this to anybody. We decided that we were going to play a drinking game to it, and it had only one rule. Drink every time they said troll.
Oh, how many times did they say troll?
A lot. It was a bad idea. I don't recommend.
You know what else you shouldn't do is when you watch the movie musical Into the Woods, do not play a drinking game to drink every time they say Into the Woods, because they say it over 100 times.
Oh.
I tallied it. I didn't drink, but I tallied.
Okay. I could imagine that the amount of times they say trolls in the Troll movie is probably about equal, or maybe more. They said it a lot. It was a bad idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's their latest news. So I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, they have other news too, like honestly, the graphic novels. I don't know if we talked about that in the first episode, probably because I'm obsessed with them and they're amazing. So they do a D&D podcast called Taz, or The Adventure Zone. And Balance was the first arc that they did. So good. It's absolutely amazing. Love it. And they have been making graphic novels to the Balance arc, and so it's the retelling but in graphic form, and they have been phenomenal, and I'm in love with them, and I cannot wait for Pedals to the Metal, because Pedals to the Metal might be my favorite arc. It's hard to say. I don't know. I also really loved the 11th Hour, and I mean, I loved all of it. It's hard to say, but I'm super excited because I think Pedals to the Metal will be the best, that will like look the best in graphic form, because it's a very visual part of the story. So I'm really excited to see how it looks, and I'm super excited. And I think that's coming out in July this year, so it's gonna be good. I'm gonna show it to you.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I know. You can tell how excited you are. But anyway, the McElroy brothers are amazing, and I can't wait to hear them in World Tour. And it was funny. So at the end of in the Vanity Fair article that I was kind of reading, it was saying how like they kind of had different stages that they were going through, and the first stage was, okay, get on the show or get in the movie. That stage got completed. Stage 2 was don't do anything stupid that they would kick us off, which they're kind of still in. And stage 3 is just make sure that we don't actually get taken off the movie because we just say something stupid.
It's not the same thing as stage 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure stage 2, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, was a year where they like didn't do anything because they got on the movie and were like, oh yeah, I guess we're on. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how they broke it down. But either way, I'm doing so good at this research thing.
Is that what you were reading at lunch today?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, it's a work in progress. Okay.
Wow, I'm doing better than Anna. Yay.
Anyway,
I love it.
So World Tour, it's gonna be amazing. Only because the McElroy brothers are in it. But I will show you some things. Okay, so before they got crazy famous for podcasting, they also Justin and Griffin worked for Polygon. Have you ever heard of Polygon? I would be very surprised if you had.
No.
Well, Polygon is like
I've
a
heard
gaming.
of the Pentagon.
Okay, well, it's not that. It's like a gaming site. They like talk. It's a YouTube channel. They talk games. They do a bunch of stuff on there, and they actually helped like launch Polygon before they became like podcasters. And so I'm going to show you a show that they do on YouTube that Justin and Griffin do. I don't know if they still do, because they don't do anything with Polygon anymore, because their podcasting careers got launched and they were super successful with that, so they do that full time. But they used to do this thing called Monster Factory, and like I said, they might still do that might be like the one YouTube thing that they still do for Polygon. I can't quite remember, but it's literally they play different games and they just do their utmost best to like create these hideous monsters, and it's really funny, and I'm going to subject you to one of those videos.
Okay, bring it on.
Okay. All right, everyone, we just finished, I showed Emily the Monster Factory with the Dad Squared. It was a Sims recreation. And Emily, what do you think? Describe it a little bit.
That was actually awesome.
Yay!
So I thought it... Okay, so first they were making the characters, like, as hideous as they could, and giving them weird names, like... something Vader.
Yeah, Vader and Special Agent, cousin Special Agent, and the cream face businessman was the name of the son, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. And then they started the game, and they were just doing a bunch of crazy stuff. And you know what? I feel like that's the best way to play Sims.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way you could do it.
Yeah. Just make it as crazy as you possibly can. Have people die.
Yeah. Because when I played Sims, I just, like, got bored, and I was like, well, this is boring.
Mm-hmm.
But that way seems real fun. So...
We should try it.
We should.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We should make that an episode where we try and we make a monster factory of our own with The Sims.
Yeah.
I have it, so we could play.
I have The Sims on the Xbox.
Oh, weird. I didn't even know it could be
That's
on
why
a
I don't
console.
really like it. I mean, I never played it on the computer, but...
Oh, I was one of those kids, I sadly admit, guilty of being a Sims addict.
Yeah, I wasn't, but... Yeah, their voices are still annoying.
Untrue. You are
and
just...
especially their laughs. They're like...
Okay, we were listening to it at double speed.
Still.
Whatever. You're just... Haters gonna hate.
Shake it off.
No.
Shake it off.
They're... I don't think they're annoying, but whatever.
That's because you're in love with them.
Kind of. Just a little bit, yeah. It's true.
But, yeah.
But they're all married, and they have kids and families,
so it's not possible. Sorry.
No, I know. It's a bummer, but...
But yeah, I liked the video. It was very entertaining and funny.
Yeah, she was laughing.
Yeah.
I'm happy. So yeah, they do that as well. Like I said, I don't know if they still do, but they definitely have like a whole series. And they play a whole bunch of games. I've actually only watched a few, but the ones I've watched I've definitely enjoyed. They also try to break games sometimes. Like there's a really good one where they try and break Skyrim, and they just keep dropping horses and dragons everywhere. And it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could die in Sims.
Oh yeah.
So I was
I'm
crazy.
really surprised.
I was
She
like, what?
What's going on? What just happened to that Sim? Did he die? And I'm like, yeah. And the Grim Reaper came. Oh, and then the Grim Reaper took out the trash. They're like, oh, that's nice. That was funny.
Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah.
I approve this message, but not their voices.
I'll take what I can get. So, Emily, I want to know if our listeners have something that they want to show us or maybe watch or talk about, how do they get in contact with us?
So we are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and we have all of our episodes on YouTube as well. You can also find bonus content on there, which that's exciting. And then if you want to email us, you can email us at loveversushatepodcast@gmail.com. And we would love for you to send us any ideas of what you want us to talk about, because sometimes we're like, what should we talk about?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
We've gotten to that point just a little bit, but trust me, we're always going to have ideas. Don't worry
will.
about that. We will. We've got a list going.
But we also just love hearing from you guys, so
yeah,
you should connect with us on one of those platforms or email.
Yeah, and we're still using these new mics, so let us know how we're sounding if you haven't yet. And also, we just want to thank you guys so much for listening. We really do appreciate it, and we just appreciate that you're here, and yeah, we love it. We love. Yeah. So, okay, to wrap up this episode, Emily, tell me about your life lesson that you learned from the McElroy brothers.
Oh, I don't have any. But, no, I have 2 life lessons. One does not have anything to do with them. And that is to always eat your popcorn in a place where it doesn't matter how loud you eat your popcorn.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
And then the second one that does relate...
Wait. What about movie theaters? Because technically you shouldn't be making noise, but...
Well, you're not chewing into a microphone, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so just don't chew it into him. Okay.
Yeah, just don't chew your popcorn right in front of a microphone.
Okay.
And, or like during an interview or anything like that.
Excuse me, this is my resume, and just, pardon me. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm very reliable all the time.
And then the one that relates to the McElroys.
The McElroys. I will never let you just
is whenever you feel like you're getting sick of a game, or if you have never played it before, you should always just make the character as like crazy and ridiculous as you can, and just like play the game really crazy and like try to lose or try to kill your character.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're trying
fun.
to commit suicide.
So what's yours?
What I learned from Jeffree is that, you know, as crazy as his life is to me, I do have to give him credit because 6 years ago, he was living in a 1-bedroom apartment with his mom, and they like barely had, you know, he had $500 in his pocket, and he was like going through really hard times. And in just 6 years, he was able to like completely turn his life around, and now has money up the wazoo. And so I definitely do applaud him for that. And I do think that there's a life lesson there of you just never really know what your future is going to be. And as long as you are persistent and you keep trying, no matter how many times you fail, you will see success. And it doesn't have to be as big or as obvious as Jeffree's, obviously. It can be even something small.
Getting new mics.
Like getting new mics. That was exciting. We're moving up in the world. So just keep at it. Stay persistent, and you will see success.
You do you, honey boo boo.
Yeah, I love it.